No, guys, because what's up with South African people going and creating their own little community in other people's videos? No, guys, because what's up with South African people going and creating their own little community in other people's videos? I've been seeing a lot of American videos, a lot of just videos from other countries. And when I go to the comment section, South African people, they even ask themselves, they put the South African flag and like, South Africa, are you here? Or they say South Africa, Nico, and of course they don't even say it in English. Guys, English is a universal language. Let's comment in English in other people's videos because I'm out there reading the comments and the comments are like, Aibo, Nyambona in, and some kuzi. South Africa, stop, bye. What's up with South African people going and creating their own little community in other people's videos?
Thank you, my sister. Thank you for asking this important question. How do South Africans manage to invade inside people's comment section? How do they manage to do this? The first thing you see once you post something, they will just say Nikona. Once you hear Nikona, your page is finished. Your page has been invaded. I'm not the only one that this has happened to. Pinky has also suffered in the hands of South Africans. It gets to the point now that when I post a video on TikTok, maybe by 4 p.m. here in Canada, they will message me in South Africa saying, we are still sleeping, we are going to bed, delete your video and post it when we wake up. Hey, South Africa! Sometimes I go live on TikTok, and the moment I go live, if South Africans are sleeping, one of them will message me and say, we are sleeping, turn off your live. I don't know how this happened, but I know that I'm not the only one who these people have invaded their page. But you know what? I love them still. I got love for them, even though they call me Cupcake. But I want to know how South Africans are able to enter inside people's pages. How do you enter? Tell me. It hasn't even been 24 hours. It hasn't even been 24 hours since I made that post. And you guys are proving my point. You are proving my point. This one said Nikona. The moment he said Nikona, he summoned all the South African Avengers. All the Avengers joined, and now they are commenting. They have invaded my page. Do you know that this morning I woke up and I saw a message from somebody in my DMs? That person said, good morning, Cupcake. Wake up and give us content. South Africans have now gotten to the point where they even wake you up in the middle of the night and tell you to give us content. South Africa, when hapa, Aibo.
Honestly, for me personally, I do not do that, nor do I even engage in such. I've never done that, and I don't think I'll ever do that. If I see that there's so much South African, unless they're defending something that someone is doing to us, maybe I may interject with my own post, but I won't comment. With my own post, I may post something and say, this is where you're wrong. You should stay in the entertainment section. If you are in the entertainment section where you're dancing, blah, 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 don't swing over to the other side of politics, because there's like a fine line. Like, stay there where you are laughing, giggling. Because on my TikTok page, I usually talk about politicians, I talk about politics, I talk about life, I talk about a lot of things. But mainly, I talk about politics, right? So don't do that. Because people now, this is what they do. They get into the entertainment section, and then because they've gotten to the Tyler situation, there's an example. It's an example. They've gotten to the Taylor story. They're now jumping in to talk about apartheid, white people that are still in our land. You don't have context. You don't understand what is happening in South Africa. You do not have the slightest idea. So whatever that it is going on in the Tyler, let it stay Tyler situation. Let it stay there. Don't move to politics. Don't move to things you don't even have the slightest idea about, and you've been educated through the media. Let's just shut out. Please, just don't do that. Because I've seen Americans even do that. They will come in, be on the entertainment, and then jump. Big mistake. That's how I'm going to correct you. I won't be in the comments adding on to what you're experiencing. I don't do that kind of nonsense. But I'll be there when you jump. That's it. And I've seen another lady again. I don't also engage in conversation where they're bullying people, whether it's for their facial features as African people, or whether their skin tone, they're darker or they're lighter. I do not engage in such thing. Even though I am a black South African woman. I live in South Africa. I'm certain that my accent has given away, but I'm a South African woman, and that the things I just do not want to engage on. And adding on to stereotypical beliefs of things that we've normalized in our community in terms of bullying each other, no, I don't engage in that. And I view Nikona as another way of finding a centralized bullying center for South Africans to come in and bully you. Mind you, we as South Africans, we live with the people who colonized us and still gaslight us and still terrorize us on a single day. It might not be with weapons as they used to in the past, but they do. They own a lot of things in this country that has not even translated into equality. We are the highest inequality in terms of a lot of things: wealth, employment, and I mean the industrial area. You get the point. You know, sometimes English just disappears, right? So my English just disappears and has its own language. So yeah, the industrial area, we don't control that. We don't call the business industry. We don't control the business industry. That's what I wanted to say. We don't control the pharmacy industry, medical industry, health industry. We don't control the finance, the travel sector. Oh, well, we might have a little bit of percentage there, but we don't control it. I mean, in the travel sector, you know, even after 30 years, people will tell you, even after 30 years, we still live with these people who has done what I'm trying to get at, and I'm moving away from the conversation, is we are living with the people who traumatized us. We're living with the people who made life impossible for us black people. And now, this is what we're dealing with. The product of that, right? The product of the effects of living with the people who hurt you. So, please, guys, don't go into people's comments. Keep it entertainment. What I also love about my people is that it's highly unlikely that they will jump. I mean, people, like, we are divided into sections. There are the people like me who are in politics, and there are people in the entertainment section. South Africans in general, those in the entertainment will stay there. They won't necessarily talk about politics. They won't jump and do. Americans don't have that thing of boundaries. Other people outside of South Africa don't have that limited boundary of saying, you know what, this is where I draw the fine line. This is where I draw the fine line. And I do not talk and engage in certain conversation, because why should you? You are not educated enough to do that. You will more likely present misinformation. And this is why sometimes South Africans feel like you outsiders use us as your engaging rate point. Provided that you speak of us in a highly good manner, you find South Africans there. If you admire us, you'll find us there. Even if you're Nigerian, you admire us, but you have to be a certain type of looking Nigerian, like that man over there. You know, even though he's a Nigerian, he's still good looking. So a lot of women are gonna follow him. But because a lot of South Africans are following him, I'm not gonna be there, because no. I can admire you and go about my business, but there are others that just don't have that type of skill. It's a skill. It's definitely a skill.